Welcome to I Am One, where I am one with the Creator and one with myself. It is February the 14th, 2024, and it is also Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to you all. I hope that you have a great day, even if you have to go to work part of the day, and maybe you won't get to go out to dinner with that special person this evening, and you're saving it for the weekend if you haven't already celebrated this past weekend. But nevertheless, I'm just here for a quick 15 minutes of tarot for today. And as I was sitting here and getting myself prepared and shuffling my cards, I pulled a card for the collective. And it's kind of funny that the card that I pulled for us today on this Valentine's Day, a day of love, a day of appreciating that special someone in your life, that I would pull the Ten of Swords card. So if you know anything about tarot, you know that getting that type of a card on a day like this isn't a card that you necessarily want to see. But I like to deal in reality. And I'm one of those who I'm more of a tough love kind of person than I am one of those mushy, touchy-feely types. So it's amazing how that card will come up for me as I turned it over for the collective. And so, I pulled up my book and I was reading, the how you can look at this card for the day. And this card, though it doesn't seem like it is the card we would want to see for Valentine's Day to get us ready to celebrate love and think about love and get into the whole ritual of buying flowers and candy and hugs and kisses and all of that, doesn't seem like this would be the right card. But just like the holidays aren't a very happy time for most people because they may have lost a loved one recently, or they're remembering Christmas is past when that loved one was there and the joy they may have had. So for some people, those holidays don't spark happy feelings. And it's the same for Valentine's Day. If you are in love, yes, you relish this day and you treasure this day. But if you're not, and you've been looking and you've been searching, this may not be the happiest days for you. Why? Because nobody's buying you flowers. No one's paying you attention. No one's giving you a special phone call. No one's hiding a card on your windshield or under your pillow or something like that. No one's drawing a lovely bath and putting roses and special oil in the water for you. Nobody's doing that for you. And this card today, for this Valentine's Day, is to remind you you're still special, you're still important, and someone does love you. And it may not be represented in the way that you want it to be, but someone still loves you. And you know who that someone is? That someone is you. Love yourself. Now, I know you don't want to hear that because you really want it to come from somebody else and you really don't want to pay yourself attention. But the truth of the matter is, that's where we all fall short because we're waiting for somebody else to pay attention to us. We're waiting for someone else to tell us how good we look, how pretty we are, how nice we smell, how nice our hair is, blah, 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 blah. We're waiting for someone else to tell us that about ourselves. Why? Because we're human and we have egos and we like to have that stroked. Well, today, dear one, whether you're in a relationship or not, before you hear that person tell you that they love you, before you hear that person tell you that you're the best thing that ever happened to them, tell yourself that. Tell yourself how beautiful you are. Tell yourself how much you love you. Tell yourself how special you are to you. Tell yourself that you are the best thing that ever happened to you. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? Because we're not taught and we're not built and we're not conditioned to stroke ourselves that way. Now, some can go overboard, But the point is, at least they're saying it to themselves. They're not waiting for someone else to tell it to them. And when someone else does, it's not the first time that they heard it, because they've heard it from themselves in the dark, when they're alone, in their car, in the house, in the apartment, mowing the grass, going to the grocery store. In your everyday life, you've heard it already because you've been telling it to yourself all along. And if you have not, let this Valentine's Day be the day that you start. Let this Valentine's Day, this day of love, be the day that you tell yourself you are someone special. I love you for who you are, the way you look, the way you're built, the way you smile, the way you do your hair, your style, your fashion, your caring, your boldness, your confidence, your courage. Milk it, honey. Give yourself all the accolades you deserve. Don't wait for someone else to give it to you. Don't be upset. Coworker gets flowers sent to her during the day and you're not getting any. Don't over dramatize this day. That's what the Ten of Swords is telling us. Don't over dramatize this day as if you're the poor one who's sitting in the corner and no one's paying you attention. Take yourself out to lunch. Take yourself out to dinner. Buy yourself some flowers and some candy and the stuff that you know you like. Buy it for you because you love you enough and you know that you deserve it. Now, for those of you who are in relationships and you have that special someone and you're going to share that time today, either at dinner time or you're going to do something special in the upcoming weekend, before you hear that person say anything to you, say it to yourself. Silently sneak away to the bathroom, down in the basement, before you give that person that kiss on the cheek this morning. Steal away and say it to yourself. Because if you were not you, they wouldn't have you to love. They wouldn't have you to adore, and vice versa. If they weren't who they were, they wouldn't be the person that you could love, that you could embrace, that you can hold on to and cherish. It comes full circle. Let today truly be a day of love, of self-love, of self-appreciation, of self-building up. Because if you don't take care of you, and if you don't know who you truly are, and you can't stand in your truth and your reality and your oneness and your greatness, who else is going to see it? Niecy Nash recently won, what was it, an Emmy Award for a role that she played in a movie. And her acceptance speech, you know, everybody was talking about it, and I didn't see it live. I watched it on the back end on YouTube, where after she gave thanks to who she needed to give thanks to, she gave herself accolades. She told herself she did the doggone thing. She told herself that how bad she was and how bad in a good way, how bad she was and how well she did what she needed to do, and that she deserved that award. There was no false humility in that. She built herself up. She thanked herself because she got up and did the work. She got up and learned the lines. She got up and brought it to life. She did the work. And after doing the work, she received the reward. And she didn't sugarcoat it. That's what we need more of today. We have been taught we need to be humble. And yeah, you do. If you're not doing the work, there's no need for you to walk around boasting and bragging about what you did because you ain't done nothing. I know that wasn't good English, but you get the point. You've done nothing. but you want to walk around and you want to hold your chest up. Meanwhile, the ones who are doing the work, who are putting in the time, who are sacrificing, and who are doing the best they can to make everything count, when they get the reward, they're supposed to hold their head down and not be proud of what they've done. We are such a backward society because if you do that, then you're seen as arrogant and you're seen as, and they're quick to remind you, you don't know everything. Well, you never said you did. You're just embracing and relishing in the fact that what you did know, you implemented, you executed, you brought it to pass. Is there stuff you still need to learn? Of course there is. We're learning something new every day. But for what you did and what you accomplished and to get recognized for it, you should wear it loud and proud. Love yourself for the effort you put into making that happen. Don't hold your head down. Same way today. You may be a stay-at-home mom. And that's rare in this day and age with the two-parent working household. But you may be a stay-at-home mom. By your choice, you wanted to stay home and you want to raise your kids and you want to see those first moments and you want to see those milestones and you want to see all of that. That doesn't get a lot of praise. Praise yourself for loving your kids and paying attention to them and keeping the house in order and having everything ready and having everything set. And if you're the bill payer, you make sure all the bills are paid on time and no bill collectors are calling the house harassing your loved one who has gone out to make the money to pay the bills, to have the resources that the household needs. Pat yourself on the back, because even though you may not be bringing the finances into the home, you are making that household work. And if it weren't for you, it'd be a total mess. Today, let's love on ourselves. Let's appreciate ourselves. Let's hold ourselves in high esteem and not wait for somebody else to tell us how great we are, how much we're appreciated, and how much they love us. And that's good to hear. But if you're not loving yourself first, if you're not taking care of you first, those words are nice to hear, but how hard are they going to stick to you? It's easier for them to stick when you've already gooed yourself up with your own love. Oh, I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day. Have a great day at work, great day at home, great day at school. Whatever you have to do today, make it count. And with that, peace and blessings to you all.